What do you do to stand out from the crowd, to set your business apart, that gets people focusing on the outcome that they can expect to receive versus wondering what type of person you really are and if they even want to do any type of business with you? Stay tuned. We're talking about that and more in this week's episode of Entrepreneur Insight. Hey everyone, welcome to Entrepreneur Insider. I am your host and the founder of the Black Entrepreneurs Network, Tia Robertson. In this episode, we are talking about coaching. Not the coaching that you pay for and you sit down at a regularly established, predetermined day and time, and you have questions and you get feedback and it's all scheduled and planned out, right? And all the things that coaches do to get you from point A to point B in a certain amount of time, right? Hopefully in that week or that month or that year. We are talking about those unscheduled, unsolicited coaching sessions that are specifically for you to help you get ahead, that are prompted by a need, something that you did or something that you said that someone that's a more seasoned, experienced professional kind of said, hey, let me help you out, get over that hurdle and do better, right? Like something that someone saw you do that just said, let me let you know that didn't sit right. And that may not sit right with other people. And that may be a roadblock in your business. So what do you mean, Tia? What do I mean is that, let's say you're on Facebook and you see someone in a post say, hey, what day is it? And the next thing you know, you see someone post, hey, this person helped me do Forex and make a lot of money, right? And you know that's a bot. But then let's see, you see a post that someone says, hey, I'm happy to tell you what day it is. Send me a direct message. Those things that you know are probably posted by a real person are a turnoff because all they had to do was answer your question instead of trying to lead you down the thing. But are they trying to lead you down the thing because they don't know better? Because that's the only sales tactic that they see on social media, and they see all these people saying they make millions of dollars with that same technique, and so they're trying to follow that technique, right? Or they just don't know what to do, so they're doing something. The reality is there are a lot of us, particularly people of color, that are just doing something. And what they don't realize, and what sometimes we don't realize, is that that thing is more offensive than attractive. So if you are a seasoned professional, someone that's been there, someone that's done that, someone that's struggled in that one thing in particular, and can give a piece of advice or help share your expertise to improve that person and their strategy so that their business can be more successful, do you need to speak up? Is that not our responsibility to kind of reach back and pull someone up, or should we just ignore them? Well, in this episode, what we're talking about is actually changing our community, especially communities of color. It means reaching back and not ignoring those things, but actually addressing them, not to make ourselves feel or look superior, but to help out those people that really just don't know better. The reality is that nowadays, everyone is an expert. Everyone does all the things. Everyone makes all the money. And so when you are in that type of environment and social media, it makes it really difficult to figure out who to trust and where to get answers and what to do and really what not to do. Not about the complicated things, right? About scaling or creating a course, but on the basic things, just like how to make a connection. So I want you to stay tuned. and watch this amazing coaching session. It was totally unscheduled, totally unsolicited, and of course, unpaid, but it made such a positive impact in the lives of some entrepreneurs of color. And most importantly, some Black men, young Black men of color, right? Because they're entrepreneurs too, and we definitely want to encourage them. Not more or not less, but just as much as anyone else, right? I think a lot of times it's easy for us to give feedback to people that are women or female or whatever. But to talk to a man sometimes can be intimidating because you don't know if they'll understand you, or you're afraid they'll come back and try to mansplain something, right? But the reality is, in order for us to all do better, we have to treat each other with respect. And so what that means is, if we see something, we need to address it, not in a negative way, but in a positive way. And so at a recent virtual networking event, which of course I encourage you all to attend, right? Everyone is different, and this isn't a commercial, but come network with us. There were some young gentlemen, and by young, I mean in age, teenagers, up, some older teenagers, some younger 20-year-old gentlemen that were starting their business. And despite giving specific directions for how to share their contact information, they did something different. And it wasn't for lack of hearing the instructions, because they were provided more than once and everyone else followed the same thing. It was for wanting just to promote, wanting to get out there, wanting to be seen, because again, we are in a society where we feel like we have to just vie for attention. We have to do something to stand out, even if that means we're standing out in a negative way because we're just not even following instructions. That's not how we should stand out. We should want to stand out because of our benefits, our features, of the results that people get from our product, our service, from working with us. Not because it seems like we just are a rule breaker, right? Or don't take the time to listen to what's being shared to us. So in this event, there were some instructions. Someone chose not to follow the instructions, and they received not only feedback, but an understanding of what not following the instructions looks like to people outside their circle, and how that's impacting the level of customers, the number of customers that they're getting. In other words, we are communicating with them that maybe they're struggling because they're not taking the time to listen to others. They're so busy trying to do their thing, they're not meeting the needs of the people that they want to hear about their thing. Stay tuned and tell me your thoughts down below. I'm going to ask everyone to click that link and share your information. Do not put anything else in the chat. And the reason for that is because there was so much stuff in the chat that I did not ask to put there. So if everyone can click that link, if you have any issues with it, just let me know. Don't put anything in the chat. I'm going to actually, I can't remove it, but that's exactly what the opposite of what I asked you all to do, which is not put anything in the chat. So I could clear it out. Give me a minute. I'll clear it out. That's okay. To make things fair, since put information in the chat, I will make an exception. I was kind of debating about a couple ways I can kind of clear it out, but I'll do the nicer way right now. Go ahead, Andre.
So I kind of know what you want to do, but I would kind of like to do it in the form of a question. Okay. I know that you're gonna, those that didn't introduce yourself, give them, 30 seconds. But when we're done with that, I would love to, I know that somebody put their phone number in there. I would like to know why does that really work? Just put your phone number. We can't see you. We don't know who you are. We don't know what you do. Putting your phone number in there, does that really work? So
that actually is a good question.
Yes, sir. So basically, the reason why I put my phone number is really so anybody who want to get in contact with me, they can, right? They can either contact me through text or through calls and just let me know, hey, I seen you on the Zoom call and I seen what you spoke on and was interested and would like to learn more about.
Andre, would you like to give him feedback or would you like me to?
yes. So I know a lot of people, when we networking, okay, let me tell you a quick story about myself. I do insurance, been doing insurance for years, right? People don't really understand money. They don't like to talk about insurance. I moved from Chicago to Charlotte, didn't know anybody. Within 2.5 years, I grew my income up to $120,000 a year by not passing out business cards, not passing out my information, but by building relationships. People really want to do business with those who know and trust. So if they think you have commission breath, your main goal is just, I want to sell you something, I want to sell you something. The ideal is to learn about them people first, get to know them, but just passing out your information, business cards, because most people don't even do business cards anymore. So just to build relationships and get to know people, when you get on these, turn on your cameras. Jerron, we still can't see you. We don't know who you are. So me personally would never do business with you because I don't know who you are. I don't know where you're at. So that should be the first step.
Yeah, I was gonna say so, and thank you,
sir.
Andre. Thank both of you. So, and I just want to remind everybody, especially some of you, most of you that have been here for this is your first time, right? You're like, oh my God, this is like, however you feel about it. This platform was specifically created to help people of color do better, right? Because the reality is, right, and I hope I'm pronouncing your name correctly, and if not, let me know. Like, Kadir, if you did that, like you said, on Facebook, like Andre said, I wouldn't support you either. But here on this platform, you showed up. So I'm like, oh, I might be taken aback, but I'll give him a chance to actually, explain why that was the approach that he took, if that kind of makes sense.
Question. So when you saying people lead you in and sell, are you talking about because you're trying to learn how to sell the people, or you worried about that people are just trying to sell you?
More so just people are just trying to sell me something all the time.
Okay, so again, see, we have to understand networking, okay? Everybody tries to sell me on a lot of stuff too, what they do, okay? There's other people always trying to recruit me to work for my life insurance, to move my life insurance over to them. I say, okay, sell me. That's what I said. And I said, you're not giving me anything better than what I currently do now. So that's one thing. Second thing is, you have somebody that wants to put you in front of specific people to listen to. No matter your whole life, people are going to try and sell you something, okay? When it comes down to it, somebody, you know her name, and you can tell me her name when I'm done, is trying to put you in front of specific people that will help you. Also, remember, there's no profit without cost. Right. Everybody wants to make money, but not willing to spend it. You're never going to make any profits if you don't spend that money that's going to help you get there. Nobody is successful with no cost at all. So somebody that's running a networking group in front of a lot of people, and she's doing this specifically for people of color so she can help them get in front of the right people. That's what you might call somebody that may want to mentor you, may want to help you live in the right direction. So you should be reaching out to her and say, listen, I really need to learn some things. can you help me? I know you're busy, but can you at least help me and steer me in the right direction and listen to that person, because I know for a fact she wants to help.
So, and to kind of piggyback, not that we're talking about me, but if we were, right? I'm gonna actually ask you this, and just think about it. You don't have to reply, but just something for you to think about. If all of these people, as you say, are trying to sell you something, and you're getting all of this just feedback from different directions, you really need to think about what are you putting out that is attracting that in. And just something for you to think about. And the reason why I say that is because as I listen to you, and I'm not going to piggyback on you because it's the same thing really for Jerron and Kadar a little bit, but not as much. And it's not just you, I do it too, right? Sometimes we just really need to hone in on our message. And because our messaging is everywhere. So this time actually I'm gonna kind of pick on you. One time you came here and you're like, I hack websites. Another time you came here and you're like, I know about lists. Another time you came here and you're like tonight you talked about this thing with insurance. When you say a lot of different things and no one really knows what the message is or what you're trying to get, then you just get a lot of stuff. It happened to me when I started my VA agency, my virtual assistant agency. I was like, oh, I just want to help entrepreneurs. And so I got one client that was like, I need you to manage my Facebook group. And then I got another client that was like, I need you to book some travel for me. And what happens is after a while, you're like, where do I go to get information to do all these things? You get overwhelmed because you do go on Facebook and you ask questions, you Google, blah, blah, blah. And then you just get tired because you're like, I'm not even doing what I'm passionate about anymore. So just kind of think about that and hone in on what you want everyone, what you want us, what you want the world to hear you say.
For more information about anything contained in this episode, be sure to email me at info@theblackentrepreneursnetwork.com. Do you have feedback? Do you have questions or suggestions? Post them down in the comment section. I look forward to reading and responding to each comment that you leave. I'd love to interview you or someone that you know on a future episode. Want more information about sponsoring episode so that everyone can find out about your product or service? For these opportunities and more, you can email me at info@theblackentrepreneursnetwork.com. As always, the show is brought to you in partnership with Relationship Entertainment Television. Check out their full lineup of positive, informative, and engaging, entertaining programs on here, YouTube, on the Roku app, and of course through their website. They also stream 24/7 through Facebook, so check them out, Relationship Entertainment Television. Now, until next time, don't forget to hit that bell, like, subscribe, and share this episode with your community. I appreciate your support, and I look forward to seeing you here next week at 6 p.m. Eastern, only on RETV. Until then, don't forget, be great. Peace.
Tune in to Millionaire Man Cave, only on Relationship Entertainment Television, Tuesdays at 8 p.m.
This is Tyron
and Nicole with your weekly RATV news break. Each Thursday at 12 noon Eastern, we'll come to you with the latest news, trends, and more with a positive spin.
We know there's a lot of positive news that doesn't get reported, but we want to give you the opportunity to share your story here on RATV. If you have a positive news story you want us to share, you can submit your story to news@re-tv.net.
Don't forget to subscribe to the Relationship Entertainment Television YouTube channel. Download the new RATV Live app on your mobile device and follow Relationship Entertainment Television on your favorite social media platform.
Don't forget, make sure you tune into the RATV News Break each Thursday at 12 p.m. Eastern. Until then, be blessed and be great.
Welcome to What's Going On? My name is Demita Joe. Each Wednesday, you can find me here at 3 p.m. I'll be over here discussing different things that are going on and try to bring you a boost of positivity for your week because we all need this. We're going to share some feel-good stories. We might find a hometown hero. We may take a look at some trending topic. And sometimes we might even find a lesson in a not-so-warm and fuzzy story if we can. I'm Demita Joe, and I'll see you guys on the next episode right here on What's Going On?
Hey, it's your girl Tia Robertson. I'm the host of Entrepreneur Insider. Right here on RATV, every Thursday at 6 p.m. Eastern for entrepreneurs and news that you need to know about. See you there.